Hello and welcome to another day on Cornwall Pocket Farm, where I try and figure out how to live sustainably on 300 square metres in the city. Today is the third in my capsule wardrobe, my vintage inspired capsule wardrobe series. And hello to all my new subscribers and followers. It's been so exciting to see everybody joining in, so welcome. So today we're going to have a look at suit A. So this is the suit with the blue linen fabric, which I showed you last week. You can check out that video here if you haven't seen it. And the inspiration for this suit, bearing in mind that I wanted to make the blue suit a little bit more reserved, shall we say, a little bit more sort of plain, is that the right word? Yeah. I don't know, just simple. I think the right word is simple. And the inspiration picture for this is this one. So looking here at the yellow dress, it's got quite a wide boat neck with sort of grown on sleeves and then a slim skirt, and I quite like that look. And then also the little jacket that you'll see in the checked fabric, that sort of shirt type jacket, I thought that was quite nice as well. So I thought the shirt type jacket going over a boat necked grown on sleeve top with a slim skirt. So that was the inspiration. So of course I went through all the patterns that I own, because as lovely as these patterns are that I've been showing you on the screen, I don't own any of them. I just have my own pattern stash. So I'm sort of taking inspiration from those, but then making up the patterns to sort of do what I want to do. I found a few that I thought would work quite nicely. Now the top I have already finished. The skirt is almost finished. I have got just the waistband to do on that and also the hem. So the patterns that I picked for this essentially are the top half of this pattern, because this pattern has that sort of wide top, the grown on sleeve, and it has a wide boat neck, and I thought that that would really help to sort of accentuate my shoulders, balance out my lower half, which is a bit bigger. And I used the top half of this pattern, then essentially I just lengthened it a little bit to make it into a top that I could tuck in to the skirt. And I also added a little button placket. I had inspiration from this picture that was on my Pinterest, and I thought, oh, that's really nice. So the idea there is that it brings the emphasis and the attention up, sort of up onto my top half again. It's a little detail, but it just adds a little bit of something, I thought. So here you can see them actually wearing this top. I've got the grown on sleeve. It's got this little button placket with the white buttons, which really sort of draw your eye and give a little pop of something different on the top. I should also just tell you about this skirt. This is actually a hand-me-down from my daughter, and she originally bought it from the Recycle Boutique, so it was second-hand to her. It's a Karen Walker, and I just love this jolly yellow colour. It has zips around the hem and exposed zip on the back, and I just popped it on to show you this top. The pattern I used for the skirt was actually the bottom half of this pattern. Now with the skirt I did actually use my block, because as I say, my bottom half is a very particular shape, shall we say. I have quite wide hips and a small waist, so I used my own block so I can get all that correct, and then I put the pocket details and the pleat details at the back onto the pattern that I took from my block. So this is just a little bit of a shot of me walking around. You can see the pleats, which allow me to walk and stride. If I'm going to be striding around cities looking at things, I really want to be able to, you know, I don't want to totter about, I want to be able to stride about. And then the pockets there, what I like about these pockets is that they sort of scoop up into the center, so they give that a slight sort of, it draws the eye upwards and in, I think is generally the way. And of course you just sort of pop your hands in your pocket, which I sort of do, then your detail, you know, you've drawn attention closer into your body. The worst sort of pockets for me, I find, are the ones that are in the seam, because you put your hands in the pocket and you've essentially just widened your hips even more, so that's never very good. But the ones that sort of scoop in like that and are on the front, that actually is quite slimming, I think, on the lower half. So those that's the idea anyway of choosing these patterns. And just telling you a little bit about this top. I have had it for so many years I can't remember. It's actually Burberry, and I bought it from a charity shop, and it has been through the wash so many times and it's still going strong. I'm actually planning to make another version of this in some new fabric because I just love it so much. I haven't cut out the waistband yet because I didn't quite know how much fabric I'm going to have left. I could always put a grosgrain ribbon on the top of this skirt, sort of inside as a facing. I've seen that done in quite a few vintage skirts, and I actually own one that I bought in France that that is like that. So that's always a backstop for me if I don't have enough to do a waistband. But I wanted to make sure to leave the fabric because I'm not sure how much I'll need for the jacket yet. Once I know that, I can make a decision on that waistband. And of course it isn't hemmed yet because until I get that waistband on, I don't quite know how it's going to fall and hang. I've made the skirt a little bit more roomy, shall we say, because I want to feel comfortable and I want to be able to sit and move about quite comfortably, so I haven't made it too tight. Both the top and the skirt are quite roomy, so that, you know, if it's really hot there's a little bit of sort of breeze about the place, and if it's a bit chillier I can maybe put something underneath those things just to keep me warm. So this is the inspiration for the jacket. You can see it's sort of got this grown on sleeve. It comes into the waist. You can see it's got a sort of a shirt style collar. I'm not quite sure yet whether I want it to come into the waist or whether I want it to sort of stay wideish but finish at the waist. I can do that later on with some darts, so I'm going to first of all make it probably on the wide version. Not quite sure yet whether I'm going to do a toile or just go straight to the fashion fabric. See, take a risk. Done that before, it's not worked out so well, and I only have this fabric, so I may do a very rough and ready, quick and dirty sort of toile just to double check it before I sew it. Oh, and I should just tell you, I had a lucky find yesterday in town. I went in just to have my hair cut, and I went along to the bus stop to come home, and it was a little bit delayed and I had about 20 minutes before the bus was going to arrive. So the recycle boutique is right next to there, so I thought, oh, I'll just pop in. So I just popped in there, had a little browse on the last chance rail, you know, the things that they haven't been able to sell and either are going to charity very soon or back to their owners. And I found this amazing dress. I'm so excited, I absolutely love it. Is glorious, and it actually happens to be pretty much all the colours that I'm doing for my capsule wardrobe anyway, and it looks very vintagey. Certainly it accentuates the waist. It's actually a New Zealand designer that isn't too far from us, so yeah, really pleased. It is a little bit big, but it's got plenty of seams, so I don't think it's going to take too much effort just to sort of pull that in a little bit. I mean, it's certainly wearable as it is. It's just a little bit loose. The shoulders maybe try and fall off just a little bit, but it's certainly very comfortable as it is. So I might just do a few little tiny alterations just to see if I can get it to fit just a little bit better. But very pleased, so I thought I'd just share that with you. Well, I hope that's all made sense and you can see what I'm sort of aiming for. Obviously I've got to now make a toile of the jacket. I've then got to make it up in the blue linen, figure out how to do the waistband on the skirt and hem that, and so when it's all together in a fully created suit, then I will obviously show you on this channel. So the next thing to really crack on with is that jacket and get that done, and then after that I will probably have a little look at my wedding dress, the dress that I'm going to wear for the Western wedding. That's probably the next project after that, and then I will probably look at suit C or suit B, maybe suit C, because I'm a little bit more certain what I'm going to do on suit C. Suit C is, how many times can you say suit C? Suit C, suit C. Suit C is going to be the floral fabric, and it's going to be a sort of a pleated skirt with a waistband, and then the shirt that essentially I'm using for the jacket of suit A. So hopefully I will have got a bit of a feel for that neckline, and it won't be too difficult. Anyway, that's the plan. So that's pretty much it. As always, please, if you've got any suggestions or ideas, please leave them in the comments. It is very helpful, and last week's comments were so helpful. Thank you very much for all the comments. It was, yeah, really good, very useful, and it's really added to my thinking. So anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.